Today, my friends, it is May 9th, 2017. This is Steve Olson in WSO. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through some pretty disturbing collaborations today. Guys, this is much different than it was 1 year ago. I have never seen any of the things I'm going to show you before until today, well, with the exception of a few things. Let's get going. First of all, I've got this claw thing. We actually, not only do we see an artificial sun, but we also now can see the mechanism is used to change it. Moonglow Observatory this morning. Blue object shows up. Red object already in the sky. Now watch what happens. A green object emerges. What? Behind the dome. So then it continues. And what I am suspecting that this is, you guys, is I think that this object is actually projecting itself on that layer of clouds. There's several layers, and I've shown it on the balloon flights and stuff. But you can actually see it projecting, and that's what's happening. It's projecting on that upper cloud layer, and what you really have here is an object right here that's causing that refraction. So here we go, right? Moonglow. We'll look at what it looks like right now before we get done, but this is what it looked like earlier in the day. Then I went close up, and this is the part I want to look at. You see this green orb here in the middle? That one? I believe that's the real object, okay? This, I think, is kind of a shield of some sort. Or it could be a moon, okay? But check out how it refracts onto the layer of the sky. This is also why, you guys, you get two suns, because you've got the bright light, which is the artificial light source, shining off the atmosphere. It reflects off the atmosphere. It looks like two suns. That's why we get two suns all the time, okay? And here's that green thing. You can see, and then also we have this brown object. I don't know if that's on the glass or not, but that green thing came out from behind the dome. And again, it rotates. You can kind of see it rotating. Pretty interesting. Now, let's go to the next camera, which is Bear Paw Observatory again. This is actually happening in all the cameras today. So why is it green in one camera and red in another? Well, that has to do with light and how light works. In this particular series of shots, we're actually seeing this double orb, like where we can see the orb and we can see the source. Again, it's red in this case, but you can also see this greenish behind it. Could that be a shield? Could that be, you know, again, it's showing up so clearly here, guys. Look at how clearly it's showing up. This is the most dramatic footage we've ever gotten from the Skycams, guys. And I've been looking at these things for 2 years. I know a lot of you have been looking at them longer. But that is something rotating across the screen, my friends. And it's just strange, okay? So I needed to show you the All Skycam network is showing it. And they just don't want us looking at all Skycams. They don't want us looking at SETI. You know, everything has to be discredited. Why? Because it's data. It's real data. And they just can't stand real data coming out. So they have to discredit the actual data source itself. And guys, that's just ridiculous. Come on, right? All right, so here's a picture we got that is an actual, from Portugal, by the way, where we can actually see the green orb plainly without, it's not a flare. It's there. We saw this also in North Carolina, but it showed up a different color. I'm still trying to figure out how we get different colors from different things. And then here's, just to show you all the different cameras this thing is on today. You can just look. Here's New Jersey, we started seeing it. Here is Virginia, we started seeing it. The orbs that we're seeing in the sky. And in these different cameras. And here we see this. It shows how sees how it shows almost like a red color untouched. And then here's another camera. I'm sorry, let's get the location on there so you can see it. Okay, it's in Nevada. And you can see that it is rotating, and this orb is everywhere. So it's very hard to deny now, at least from the cameras we can see them. It's still very difficult to see with your naked eye because your eye just isn't fast enough to see it. These cameras are, and then we see this strange thing. Now this is another straight up picture of stuff that we're seeing in the sky, guys. And these orbs and stuff we did not see a year ago. I can tell you that with my whole heart, okay? Now, let's finish up this segment here with a look at the Alaska. This is from our good friend Gary Slonim, who did a video with us this weekend. Hi, Gary. How you doing, buddy? So anyway, here's Gary's work. And I got to show this to you guys because check this out. Notice how this always, you used to show up red, and now all of a sudden it started to show up green. Strange, huh? I wonder if it has something to do with that shield that's in front of it, right? And you say, oh, Steve, what is that? Well, look at this. Now look at the white thing, how it just goes across. There's a white hole in it that rotates around. I haven't seen that before. Let's zoom in on that. Check it out real close. No, I have not manipulated this at all, guys. Look at that. Just amazing. As it rotates out of the frame. God darn it, Jesus. This is just too much, guys. This, again, you know, I'm not scared. I'm eyes wide open, man. I already went through my grieving process a year ago. And what I'm afraid of, when people don't know that this stuff is going on, it's been so well hidden by the government, it's been so well hidden by science, it's been so well hidden by astronomy, it's like, and then we're starting to actually see this stuff come out, and you can see that this has got a shield in front of it, okay, of some sort, and this is a refraction. I'm not even saying that's a real reflection. I think it's a refraction off the camera of that object. Lens flares. That's a lens flare. My. That's just crazy. That is just crazy, guys. And see the shield in front of it? Wow. Unbelievable. This that indicate that we have magnetic disturbance in our neighborhood. Just be aware of that. And then here's a picture I just thought was cool. I thought I want to show it to you guys because it's just a cool picture. The subscribers that are doing such good work right now, I want to tell you that the research has taken leaps and bounds, not because of my skill, but because of the skill of our subscribers. Okay. Next thing I want to show you is see how it kind of just slowly comes out. This particular thing was a little interesting to me in the sense that I do absolutely think that what's going on here, guys, and this is just me, you guys can disagree, I think that's the sun, and I think it's just reflecting off that atmospheric, call it shield, or material in the atmosphere. So, and this is also what happens when you see the double moons as well. You are seeing the energy hitting that blanket. But this one is interesting. I'm open to more suggestions on it, but I really do believe that's kind of what's going on with this particular one. Sorry, it's going so fast there, but still another good contribution, and we wanted to thank you. Let's take a look at a couple of the bloom skies from yesterday and the day before. Just amazing stuff coming in from Rockford. Check this one out. Sorry about the sniffles online. We've got the star barely showing up back there, the brown star, the brown dwarf back there, and then we've got, you know, a very interesting lens flare there. Now the next one is a little bit more dramatic. Look at this. Look at how that shows up. First you get the orb, then you get that big other orb. Look at that thing rotating, guys. This is a good one. I gotta go back and look at this again. Look at that. And again, this is what we're seeing in all these different cameras. It's getting to the point now where it's gonna start showing up. People are going to start seeing with their naked eye, which they are, by the way. In North Carolina this week, we have people seeing it with their naked eye. Here's where we see that big orange object that we see in the all sky cams being illuminated in Louisiana, further south, and very interesting. Thank you for those contributions. Keep the bloom skies coming. I can't watch them all the time, every single one, so keep those contributions coming. Then we're going to look at this. This is one of those naked eye photographs again, guys. That's what the object looked like with the naked eye today, this morning, United States. That's not a lens flare, my friends. And so it's all starting to come together now, and it's time to start preparing, and that's why WSO Live is taking, and we saw this again. This thing just is flying around our solar system. So this is why WSO is taking the next step, and we'll finish the next level. And anybody that's joined WSO Live, you get the benefits of all this stuff. And the people that are going to be coming later into WSO Live are going to have to pay more money, only because there's going to be so much more value and cost. So now, if you're going to join WSO Live, now's the time to do it, because we are getting ready to actually take investments to build the infrastructure so that we can be a big organization that can make an impact on this stuff, guys. Now check out this last thing I'll show you here, picture-wise. And this is from the ISS, and again, we're seeing the orbs just hanging in space. Wow. All right, let's take a look at space weather, and then I'll let you guys go. And again, this link is the one you want to use because these are the real-time images. If you go to any others, they have time to manipulate them. But anyway, it's been funny for the last couple of days, guys. I just got to tell you, I showed you that one picture, but we're getting all kinds of weird disturbances in reverse solar wind. And again, this is during the same time that we're seeing orbs and spheres and everything else. Here's our geospace magnetic magnetosphere. And here's what we're seeing right now is really a lighter amount of energy than what we saw in that peak period when this whole thing was just dark red. Remember that? So we're in a little less of a tumultuous period of time here. So that's going pretty good. And then finally, let's take a look at near-Earth objects real quick. And just take a look and see what's going on. So let's go to 100 entries here. Let's go within the plus minus 30 day category here. Okay. So as you can see, every day, now today is the 9th. So today we have a couple close, we had a couple close ones, 8.8. I don't know if they've gone by yet. Yesterday we had one at 3.7, and what I'm talking about these numbers, by the way, lunar distances. So it's, in other words, if it says 3 lunar distances, it means it's 3 Earth-Moon distances away. The other column is AU, which is the distance between the Earth and the Sun. But every day we miss them, and every day we see one or two go by. Now look at this one from May 4th, and these two actually, which were probably traveling in some kind of a cluster. 0.26, 0.44, I mean, that's between us and the moon, okay? And then the second part of what you have to notice again, and I just want to bring this out, is when you see 217, that means that's when it was discovered. It was discovered in the first 5 months of this year, guys. And so we're seeing just a tremendous amount of new discoveries. And this is the same thing that happened last year, and it was filling up with 2016, and now those all disappeared. Did they go away? I don't know. So just keep an eye on this. I do think that we're probably going to see some asteroid activity in the near future. I think that there's a lot going on. It's time to prepare. It's time to become part of the Truth Underground WSO Live. It's time to start our community building. It's time to start our prepping if we haven't already done so. And God bless you guys all. I really care about you. Take care.